Today's videos is going to be a very interesting one because I'm going to answer the question, which country is better for immigrants between United States and Canada? So, many people, they go to the Google search and write, where should I go? Which is easier to go and start the life as immigrant? Where can I be able to succeed as immigrant? And they refer in this particular US versus Canada. So I'm going to give some of the tips on both sides, and I'm going to give my opinion why one country between these two will be better for you to, as immigrant, to be able to live and succeed. Welcome everyone, this is Ernest Boniface Makulilo EPM, and if today's your first time, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, share the video with others. So, these are the big two beautiful countries, United States and Canada. Both are in the North America. There are so many things which are in common between the two, but there are a little bit of differences, and those differences might help you to make a decision if you have the opportunity to choose. Because sometimes you go to Canada or you come to America because you don't have the choice over the other. But what if you are presented with the two opportunities between Canada and the United States? And I remember the same situation, it happened to a friend of mine. We came together in America. He did we did the same program for teaching, and then he did the masters here in America. Then he went back to Tanzania. So this year, end of last year, he got 5 scholarships, but one was in Canada and 4 in the US. So we are having the same or similar discussion whether should he go to study in Canada or should he come back to study in the US. But finally, he decided to come to US, and we had to look on the facts and also some of the personal things we can be able to talk about. So let me start in a few things. Number one, when it comes to immigration laws, both countries have more or less the same immigration laws. But one item which is very easier in Canada to become permanent residents of Canada compared to the United States is because in most cases, Canada, they have what they call merit-based immigration. So with the merit-based immigration, which personal I support a lot, because I know a lot of people from developing countries are coming to these countries with a very good education. And even yesterday I was making a video and I had to give some data, some information about what is the average age of immigrants, especially here in the United States. At what age majority of immigrants are coming, new people in America. And from 1990 to 2000 was about the age of 26. Then it went to the age of 30, and now is going up to 37, up to 40. So the age of people coming to this developed world is going up. Different prior, it used to be, I'm going to summer camp, I'm going to this religious activity, you are going to stay there. But nowadays, people are coming here with bachelor, with masters, with PhD, with accomplishment. They are already maybe minimum 25, 30 and above. Myself, I came to America at the age of 26, going to my 27th birthday. So I can be a prime example of that particular situation. So if I had my bachelor degree, let's say, and I go to Canada to do my master's degree, it will be easier for me to get residence of Canada compared if you come just to do masters in the United States. To transition from non-immigrant visa to permanent resident, it will take a longer process, and the opportunities are there until maybe you get married to American citizen, or you get a good job and they are going to sponsor for you, or you win the DV lottery. So you have a very slim ways despite of your education. Yes, there are those kind of visa based on employment. I understand that one, but it's different from Canada. or even some of Australia and other countries, where they have what they call merit-based immigration, where you are going to put your work experience, you are going to put your language you know, you are going to put your education, you are going to put your work experience. They are going to put all the things, and they give you some credits or they give you some points, whether those points will be able to help you to get residence. So for that particular case, Canada is better in that particular area. And even like other parts, for instance, if you you finish your bachelor or master's or PhD, here in the United States, you are given 1 year of what we call optional practical training, unless otherwise you are in the STEM, science and technology programs, you get 18 months. But in Canada, you get 2 years of to go and to find your work while you are just like getting after education. And it will be easier to transform from that particular work to go to become a resident of Canada, because you already have work experience in Canada. This is something Barack Obama also mentioned about it one time, and former President Trump was going to introduce something like this one on what we call is the merit-based immigration, which personally I support, because majority of people who are coming with H1, people who have degrees, will be easier for them to get green card of this particular country. So on that particular area, I give Canada will be easier, good in that particular aspect, to transform or to change from non-immigrant visa to become resident of Canada and down to become a Canadian citizen, compared to the route of the United States. My journey here in the America was a little bit faster compared to others. I came 2008 in August. I did I was teaching for 1 year. Then I went to do my master's. While I was doing my master's, my second year in the United States is when I got married here in America. So, but I didn't apply green card right away, but I was already to be able to get green card anytime I want. So I got married in 2010, but I didn't apply my green card until 2011. So that is, you see, is different on my situation. I want to so fast, but if each person has different kind of route to go through. So in that particular area, I give Canada a credit on that. Something which it comes to the lifestyle. Lifestyle overall is more or less the same, because Canada is the first world country, just like the United States. Obviously, yes, United States is higher than Canada, but basically you can go to the same Walmart, you go to the same Target style. Lifestyle in these countries are more or less the same. So there is no much of the difference that, it's just like there are some people, there's immigrants here, they still have that mindset of coming from, let's say, developing country. I'm in New York, so what? If you're in New York and someone is in Kentucky, you are all in the United States of America. It doesn't make you super American, super immigrant, extra special because you live in Los Angeles, you live maybe in New York or LA, you live in Chicago. Those doesn't mean anything at all. The point is, all you'll be going to the same McDonald's, all you're going to purchase things in the same kind of store. The difference will be the minimum wage of one state over the other. I agree with that one. But in the end, you are in that particular country. So there is not much of the difference in terms of the lifestyle, in terms of whether if you live in Canada, you are less over the US or you are higher than the US. No, it's almost the same. Then it comes to the issue, which is the big one on this one, is the issue about language. You have to know that. In Canada, almost 60% of Canada is, or 60 or 70% is English part, and there is French part. So for that particular case, if you are coming there as immigrant, and you are immigrant from English-speaking country, and you do not know French, you automatically forced yourself, in order to have more opportunities, to be in the English-speaking part. You cannot be living in Quebec, the other provinces which they speak French, so you'll be going to the English part. But if you are coming from Ivory Coast and you speak English and French, you are good. You can live, or you're coming from Cameroon, or you're coming from any country, you can speak both languages, you can live anywhere. So if you are coming for, like, you are limited in one country, one language, if you are French, you are speaking only French, you will be on only, more opportunities will be on the French side. If you are English person, you will be on the English side. So that is another limitation versus in the United States, where English can speak everywhere if your language is English. If you are in French, that will be tough. But if you speak Spanish, you'll have more opportunities also here in America than in Canada. So that is something to consider on that particular area. But there is one thing which was people used to tell us while we are kids. They used to say that in Canada they want all immigrants to go there because it is easier to go there. The resources is higher than the number of people. There are so many rumors and some misconception about Canada, that it will be easier to go I want to go to Canada, you just go there and just ask you the visa. I want to go in there and just clean the toilet, they give you the visa. No, they're not going to do that. Canada, yes, it is a very big country in terms of the geographical area, but it has population, not big population. The population of California as a state is higher than the population of Canada. Population of Canada is less than 40 million people. So it's just like 38, 37, 39, whatever million people. It's just less than the population of Kenya, less than the population of Tanzania. So for that particular area, and with that big geographical area, there are certain things, there are no economic activities going on. It's just the bigger mountains, bigger land, nothing is going on there. So for that particular reason, you have fewer job opportunities in Canada than in the United States. So just assume with the entire population of Canada, it's just like being in one country of one state of California. But for me, being in the United States is the federation, is a union of 50 states. Just assume each state is a separate country. Just like in Africa, there are over 56, whatever, 50, 55, 56 countries. So just like Africa, all Africa is a continent. Assume you have opportunity to go from one country to another country without a passport. You are going from one country to another country without asking for a visa, without asking for work permit, to just go and apply for a job everywhere. You'll have more opportunities than only in one particular state or one particular country. So that is just like in America. For me, I was in West Virginia for 1 year. I moved from West Virginia, I went to California. I studied there for 7-8 years. Then I moved to Missouri. I live in Missouri. I work in Kansas State, but I live in the Missouri side. And anytime I can move from here, I can go to Texas, I can go to any other state. You can move from one state to another state for better opportunities. So this is a better opportunity than in Canada. In Canada, because it's bigger country, but population is small, people are concentrated in certain particular areas. For that particular reason, your job opportunities are limited for that particular location. Compared in America, I can be here and I can decide, I have to look for a job. Let me go to Louisiana. Let me go to upstate New York. Let me go to Boston. I can have more opportunities. It's just like I'm in Africa. I can get a job all over Africa without restriction. Compared to Canada, you just find a job in Canada. Just assume you are in California and you are not allowed to find a job outside of California. But now, that is what is Canada versus America. America is 50 countries, 50 states joined together to form one big country where you can be able to have the freedom of movement, you can have freedom of applying for jobs, you can relocate to any other job, and those are the things you can be able to see. So there are so many industries where you can be able to generate money, you can be able to do a lot of things. If you start a business, it is quicker way, you have a bigger market because you are about almost, as a country, you have almost nearby 350 to 400 million here in America. We're waiting for the result for the census, but up to now will be about 400 million versus 40 million people. So you see, that is the difference between America and Canada. But it is up to you, where do you want to see? If you have more opportunities, your job, and you can be able to survive well, Canada is better in that particular area. But I'm talking about the flexibility of changing from one job to another, moving from one state to another state. Even if you to do business, to excel from online, from like having a store, here is much better than in Canada. Another difference between United States and Canada, yes, Canada has a lot of immigrants at the moment, especially refugees, and also people coming through what we call the merit-based immigration. But the good thing about the United States is the land of nobody. Yes, I came here in the 2008. But Obama's father came in 50s, 60s, I don't know. So, or maybe Joe Biden's father came back in 1800 something, or grandfather, I don't know. But everybody came here except the Native Americans or Red Indians. That is the only people were here. So you cannot tell me you are more American than me. Once I'm American, the only difference between me and Joe Biden or Trump or Obama is I cannot run for president of to run for the office as the president of the United States because I was not born here. But once I'm American, I'm American. You cannot stop me and ask me what is your immigration status. You cannot do that because it's illegal, first of all, because everybody came here. Is it because I'm black or because I have an accent or because I'm this tall or you look like a Mexican? You cannot do that. So in America, you have freedom as immigrant a lot than many countries, because I understand when you do crime or do other things, sometimes there are tracking down, but I'm talking just overall is here. I've never been like, even while I was not an American citizen, no one has ever come to ask me, show me your passport, show me your visa, show me whatever. Those things, they are not there, and unless either you commit something, they can be able to ask all those kind of questions. But that is a huge part of America, and the possibility of expanding and doing much of the things, and without someone look, oh, you look like immigrant. Canada also is doing that much better nowadays, because of the immigrants coming, like the minister for foreign affairs, something like that, is also immigrant. I think is the guy from Somalia. So you see also immigrants, they're at the top of the government or big business people. So Canada is also doing much better, very good compared to European countries. So both on that particular area I say, but I'll give more points to the United States. Obviously, when it comes to the currency wise, is almost the same, dollar for a dollar. Almost Canada is smaller, lesser than United States dollar, but not a much of a big deal. One of the other things you have to consider is about the weather. Canada, the entire Canada, first of all, it is extremely cold. Even like if you in the United States, the states which are closer to Canada, you are talking from Massachusetts, Vermont, you are talking about New Hampshire, you are talking about Montana, North Dakota. Those states, Washington, like the states which are closer to Canada, it's very cold. So assume you are in Canada because you are very far from the tropics. So that is extremely cold. So you have to consider that, because some people, they say, oh, they're not living too much cold, and at the same time you want to go to Canada. So you have to know that how the weather is. But after some time, you'll get used to. Even here, it depends which state do you want to be. There are states with extremely very winter and some mild winter, and there are some like California, no snow at all, Florida. If you go to Arizona, so there are some of the states, Texas, whatever, they don't have much of this kind of crazy weather, snow and other things. But each state, they have their own calamities. So you can say, I want to live in California. California has fires most of the time. You want to go to the Florida, they have alligators, whatever, and the flooding, whatever. So each state, they have their own type of natural calamities. So it's just up to you. If you get the opportunity to Canada, go to Canada. If you get the opportunity to come to America and the good opportunity is in Vermont, go to Vermont. No matter how cold it is, your body will get to adjust and you will survive. So up to that particular point, personal, basically because I have much experience here in America, I will suggest to people to stay in America. There are some people, they say, oh, in America there are too much crimes, crime rate compared to Canada. Yes, because here there are 400 million people. Canada, there are 40 million people. Obviously, there will be too much crime. Here is 50 countries joined together to form one country. That is one country. Obviously, there are crime rate will be different. Yes. Yeah, so I can say that there are arguments in either side. Personally, I enjoy more here in America than in Canada. But the people I've talked to, some of my friends, I have a friend of mine who lived in California with us for over 15 years, and then he moved to Canada. He enjoys more in Canada than while he was in the United States. So it depends to each person. So don't get frustrated. But both countries, Canada and the United States, they are very good countries compared to most of the European countries. So that is my intake and my input on that.